Good morning, everybody. I'm Royce. I just want to thank y'all for coming here today and giving our spirit. My whole life I felt very different, and I never really understood why I felt like I was getting attacked by just energies and spirits and just negativity my whole life. I always felt like I had a calling in my life. I feel like I know myself, my calling, but I feel like certain people around me, even like family and loved ones, never supported my heart and my soul and my spirit how I did. I always, I'm 30 now, I just turned 30 this year. This is my wife, Gabrielle. This morning I realized like, it's a lot of things that I've done that aren't necessarily acceptable in the eyes of God and righteousness. At the same time, I always felt like I was a pure soul and righteous, and I always felt like what I did was appropriate because I had been always beat up by society and just the world and my own supposed to be loved ones. At the same time, I am compassionate that people provided for me the best way that they knew how to. Like they love me how they knew how to love me. But I don't feel like I ever was loved how I needed to be loved. It made me just be very depressed at a young age. I feel like I never actually had a childhood. I never had freedom. And I never was able to be accepted for actually loving myself. And I got diagnosed with schizophrenia at 19. As soon as I got away from St. Louis, I went to Missouri. And when I was in Missouri, as soon as I got there, I felt like I really was who I thought I was, an artist who was here to inspire the masses, inspires love, compassion, and just unity, and just the spirit to raise the elevation. And I honestly feel like that's why I'm here, and I feel like my family did not support that, ever did. My clothes, my music, my heart, I feel like I gave it. I feel like I've always known that I'm here for that reason, and I was always not supporting that at all. I remember my mother throwing away all of my clothes. I remember my mother never gave me a boombox, but she only gave me a boombox for my music. And I know that sounds like victimization, but I feel like I have been a victor in my life. I've accomplished everything that everybody wanted from me. And now when I'm going to do what I feel like God's calling me to do, the people who so-called love me are not supporting. And I feel lost, I feel confused, and I feel like I'm trying to do what I'm supposed to do in my heart and my soul. And but this morning, this how I know. Brother, can I shake your hand? I know you're listening. Your story, what you just said, was very similar to mine. This morning, I was packing my shit to leave my wife because I was like, man, I can't do this shit anymore. And I know she's a God. I know she's a woman of God. And
Did you?
I realized my bad. I did not mean to. I'm new to this. But I was packing my things. I was like, just crumbled in my spirit and my soul and my essence, and I was like, I don't know what to do. I just felt like I had to get away from my environment. I feel like it's spirits in my house that are not okay, and I want to get in the way, but at the same time, so I was packing my things, and I had an argument with her. Not even an argument, just like I'm ready to go, and she been dealing with a lot of my insanity, and she just walked on. She was like, "You know, we were to talk." I got my things, and then I was at the point I just couldn't bring myself to actually do it. So around like 9:30, I was like, let me see where she is. She was in a car waiting for me to come here, and I just left all my stuff at the house, and I had to like freshen myself up and stuff and just come here. So I do feel like everything happens for a reason. And thank y'all for being here, and thank you, OJ, for helping me.